She was co-chair, I don't know how many times. I couldn't do co-chair, y'all. But y'all know the co-chair and the vice president of this organization, they do the heavy lifting. Yes? They're the ones that oversee all the committees at the chapter level and at the national level, okay? So what a heavy load she is willing to carry year after year for the organization. And she says she want to sit down. She ain't sitting down. But we have our national co-chair, Brenda Cole, who now is going to do some special honors for our founders.
Good evening, everyone. I look around this room and I'm just saying how beautiful this room looks. And I look at every one of you and I can see that y'all can dust yourselves off, bring out every sequin, every feather, every high heel that we will have off by 2 minutes. Because mine are ready to come off, and I've had them off all day, but they're ready to come off now. But to look around this room and look at the smiles on the faces, there were a few tears earlier because we saw some individuals that we haven't seen in a long time. So we tried to dust the tears out and wipe them away. But Crystal, I have to tell you something. Dean Fenton, you can't introduce me just Brenda Cole. The only way you can introduce me is...
Tell her, Dean.
Brenda J. Cole. That's right.
Dean could be 2 miles away.
That's what you're gonna say.
And all he says is Brenda J. Cole. And I said, Dean, my whole name? He says, yes, your whole name. You deserve that. And I thank him because he has been a friend of Botana since 2009. Even before then, when Lila and I met him in Anguilla. Now, they didn't give me a script, and they should have. So it's going to be impossible for me to be the way I am because anybody who knows me, how emotional and passionate I am about professional travel agents of North America. We have come a long way because when you talk about 3 chapters, Maryland, then came Philadelphia, and then DC National Capital, and people were saying, you guys will never, ever last. You got 6 months, and we're gonna see what y'all do. And here we are, 15 years old. Now, I'm not gonna tell you that it's all been pretty, because you just think when you have children, which I have never had, when you start off with a baby till 15, you know that's still teenager now. You know what goes on. You know that there's some squabbles, there's some hugs, and there's some kisses, and there's some tears. Might be a few curse words, but we have grown, and when it's time for us to put the rubber to the road, we do that. So I have been given the distinct pleasure, and I mean truly the pleasure, because I can remember the nights that we stayed at Christine Shields' home, writing up bylaws, trying to come up with a name. Victoria Harper was sitting there giving us part of the name. Verna Hartlove gave the other part of the name. And then we said, as a group of 15, that professional had to be used. So that's why it has always been Professional Travel Agents of North America. Just a little history lesson. I know people don't like it, but I'm gonna tell it. I'm going to introduce the founders. And founders, you will not be able to stand at your table because we got a professional photographer here, and whether you like getting up or not, you are getting up. But first, right before we became Patana, the last president, and I was his vice president, was Richard Bromberg.
Richard.
The next person on the list, where did she go? Angie, give it to me. Do you want to wait until we all get? I was getting ready to say, Mary, I didn't see you. And you're the next one on the list. Mary Burley. You gotta come to the front. You know, for all the noise that y'all make, can y'all get in the middle of that dance floor?
Let's get this one.
Yvonne Coates. Paula Dozier Senior. The next person I'm going to introduce to you was the first national co-chair, and that is Angela Epps. Marion Smith. Verna Hartlove. The next person I'm going to introduce to you was our treasurer. Where's Tiffany? She was our treasurer. And she's probably glad that you now have it, Tiffany, because we've gone to a different level. Christine Shields. And there's no words for the next individual because she stood beside us and our first partner who said, I'm going to be here with Patana, and that's Victoria Harper. And unfortunately, I'm going to have to introduce myself. Okay. My name is Brenda J. Cole. These are your founders. We have a few other individuals. Unfortunately, one of our founders passed away a couple years back, and that's Gloria Jerry. We have a total of 15 founders, but we lost one. And that's a very unfortunate thing because Jerry gave a lot to Patana and she loved it with all of her heart.
We want to take Ron Powell down there eating shrimp. Took them to a jazz festival. They ran out of chairs. He went and bought chairs and brought it to them so they could sit out in the sun. Then he decided I don't know what decided. I just know I got a phone call saying, do you know Josh Winston? I said, yes. So he's looking to come to Maryland, and he's going to be the future director of tourism for the National Harbor. Do y'all know where the National Harbor is? Yes. That's where he came from, Fort Lauderdale to National Harbor. And then he called me up one day and said, my furniture is on the moving truck and I'm going north. Where are you going? To help my father with his business in New England, Cape Cod area. He's running a pub, he's running a hotel, and he's already talking about a fam for Patana to Cape Cod. Already talking about it. Josh Winston. This is a sweet soul right here. This is a sweet.
Well, I know a lot of faces in this room too. I know a lot of faces in this room, and I remember the inception of Patana, and I remember a very young Josh Winston up at the Doubletree Hotel on Shawan Road, scrambling to try to find, raining like a dog, trying to find professional travel agents in the Baltimore area that would attend a Fort Lauderdale reception to learn about what we had there. And I think the suppliers in this room can probably relate to this. And at that reception, and we had an okay turnout. It was a challenging event for somebody who was new in the industry, trying to make relationships. And there was a woman at this event, a little shorter in stature, and she was following me around the event. And I didn't know who she was. And she said, "You really need to come and be a part of Patana." And Verna Hartlove was her name. She handed me her card.
I haven't been little for a long time.
And then every time I'd turn around, she was over my shoulder. I was like, "Oh, there she is. She's over my shoulder. There's Verna again." And I got back to Fort Lauderdale, and my phone lit up, and it was a Baltimore number. And I picked it up, and she said, "Hey, Josh." And I hadn't been home 4 hours yet. And, "Josh, it's Verna." "Oh, hi. Hi, Verna." She said, "I really need you to come up and be part of Patana, and I need you to hear what is going to be going on, and I want you to meet with some of our national chairs." And at the time, and now the late, great Albert Tucker, who used to be with Fort Lauderdale, the late, great Albert Tucker, was there. He and I said to him, "There's something about this group. I don't know exactly what it is yet, but we need to go up and meet with them. And we need to have a meeting in Baltimore. And we need to go do it." And it was right around BWI that morning, and it was Miss Lila Nicholas and Brenda J. Cole and Verna Hartlove. And to her credit, she brought this wonderful group together, and we have never looked back, ever. And so the last anecdote I have to tell you is just one more thought, and it's something I think, again, everybody can probably connect to in this room, because it's something that Dean mentioned, and I immediately heard it, and it rings so true to me, I have to tell you about it. So I was in Fort Lauderdale, and there comes a time when you hit a ceiling, and you're doing really well, and your career's taking off, and you're really on fire, but you just can't get that you can't get that next step. That promotion is just not going to become available to you. And I got a call for some random reason, I got a call from National Harbor here, and it was a headhunter looking to hire. Well, we went through they said, "We're looking to hire you." I said, "Okay. We want you to come up and interview." I did that. They said, "We need some references from you." And I said, "Okay, I'll give you some references." And we went through the whole process. They called me back and they said, we want to hire you, but we're concerned about the fact that you're from Fort Lauderdale, and what do you really know about Maryland?" I said, "Give me 1 second. I have somebody that can tell you what I know about Maryland." And it was...
Don't even get me started up in this one. Don't do it, because they recording this stuff. I was up here counting this stuff.
It was this angel here, who I largely credit.
It's all right. It's okay. She does it all the time.
Thank you, Brenda J. Cole. That get me through. Who I largely credit with advancing my career and advancing my life. It was you. You did it. And moreover, I didn't think I was going to need this. Moreover, it was Patana's community and the family that you guys have built. I know now how important it is. I did not know it then, but I learned it quickly, and it has never left me. And it's become more and more apparent every year of my life. So even now, being somewhat removed from the corporate side of the industry and being in it in an independent role, it is still to this day about the relationship. Yes. Still to this day, it's about the relationship. So I won't draw anymore. I just wanted to say how thankful I am for Patana in my life. It's meant the world to me, and you all mean the world to me, and these relationships that we have are forever. So thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, we got two cry babies. Woo!
Okay. Oh,
All right, you guys. One more. Let me if I get her looking at the camera.
Y'all got Kleenex up.
Oh, I know. I'm sorry. Okay.
All right.
Thank you.